forget, again, I say this and I mean this, take the name and the person out of the equation.
That's it, Paul. Call him Mr. A. Call him Mr. A.
Yeah,
stand up in Parliament and say there is a person with a civil conviction in a Category 3 prison that is being denied access to friends, family, which all the other prisoners are. He's got very limited food. He's in segregation. I mean, what? A person, an individual, forget who it is.
Tommy Robinson, a prisoner in Woodhill, is facing extreme isolation for 21 hours a day, without proper human interaction or fresh air. His voice broke through the prison walls, revealing his daily struggles. This isolation not only causes mental and physical breakdowns, but also leads to severe anxiety, paranoia, hallucinations, muscle loss, high blood pressure, and sleep problems. It's a punishment that not only controls, but also breaks someone's spirit.
Is the fact that it's Tommy. We need to take the name out of this equation. It has nothing to do with the name Tommy Robinson.
Yeah.
This is about basic law, basic human rights, and the treatment of a prisoner. No other prisoner in this country is being treated in this fashion as far as I'm aware. I am not aware of a civil prisoner who is in solitary confinement 21 hours a day, having to eat bags of crisps and tin tuna to stay alive, and being denied access to their family.
Prison officials claim to be protecting Tommy Robinson, but the situation is more complicated than that. Prime Minister Kier Starmer has criticized Robinson's supporters, highlighting that Robinson was imprisoned for actions that nearly disrupted a grooming case. He emphasizes the dangers of backing individuals with disruptive behaviors and questions whether the government is truly protecting him.
But you know what? Even if he was what they make him out to be, he's still entitled to his basic human rights. He's being treated worse than child killers and mass murderers.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care who you are. In anyone's book, that is wrong.
Starr's condemnation of far-right elements has sparked mixed reactions, with some applauding it as a stand against extremism, while others, like Elon Musk, have publicly opposed Starr's position, advocating for Robinson's release and accusing the Prime Minister of mishandling related issues.
Those that are spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible, they're not interested in victims. They're interested in themselves. Those who are cheerleading Tommy Robinson, not interested in justice. They're supporting a man who went to prison for nearly collapsing a grooming case, a gang grooming case. These are people who are trying to get some kind of vicarious thrill from street violence that people like Tommy Robinson promote.
Political Starmer's approach aims to counter far-right ideologies and distance mainstream politics from extremist influences. He aims to reinforce democratic values and uphold the rule of law. Tommy Robinson faced immediate consequences after releasing an audio message from prison, where authorities denied him access to the canteen, limiting his ability to purchase essential food items. The actions appear to be punitive, aiming to deter unauthorized communications from inmates and maintain order by preventing the dissemination of unapproved information.
I'm telling you, I know how I feel. I feel different. I know I'm only 2 months in. So why am I still being held in solitary confinement? Why am I not in a DCAT prison? And there's a mental health team there. I said, let me just ask you, is this good for me? She said, no. I said, how bad is it? Because I know how bad it is, because I remember what happened last time. So I said, so why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? And I'm a civil offender, so I got 18 months, which is insane anyway, for playing a film that they said wasn't in the public's interest. Well, I think it's on 115 million views. It certainly was in the public's interest.
In prison, unauthorized communications can lead to sanctions, but the severity can vary. Some facilities may limit phone or visitation rights, while denying access to basic necessities like food is less common. Tommy Robinson, currently incarcerated, has reported severe food restrictions, limiting his access to essential nutrition. He claims these measures were enforced as punishment for speaking to his son during a phone call. This raises ethical questions about proportionality and human rights.
When exactly did starvation punishment become UK prison policy?
Enforced hunger can have severe psychological and physical effects on inmates, leading to health complications and psychological distress. Physically, inadequate nutrition can cause weakness, immune system deficiencies, and anxiety. Psychologically, hunger can cause depression and helplessness, potentially deteriorating inmates' mental health and potentially causing long-term consequences. Standard prison protocols often include sanctions for rule violations, raising ethical concerns about inmate treatment and adherence to human rights standards.
I wrote a letter to my wife, and it was a detailing letter. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. This is a letter to your wife from prison. What did you say?
To make sure they understood why I do what I do. And it's me believing that the worst will come.
That you will die in jail.
The worst will come, and I want my children to know that I haven't,
Tommy Robinson's family was eagerly anticipating a scheduled visit with the prison governor, but the visit was abruptly canceled without explanation. This decision left Robinson and his family distressed and confused. Family visits are crucial for maintaining the emotional well-being of incarcerated individuals, as they can reduce feelings of loneliness and depression among prisoners. The unexpected cancellation not only heightened Robinson's sense of isolation, but also inflicted emotional pain on his loved ones who rely on these moments for connection and support.
At this point, I know what they're going to do. Yeah. What I believe they're going to do, and that I know no one can tell me why I was brought to that prison only. Yeah. No one can tell me. So I know intentionally, and previously I've been locked in rooms with Muslims in prison. So I believe that. And then in that first week in the block, I'd then been told I'm getting moved. I said to my wife, I'm getting moved, but nothing from the outcry outside, from Lord Pearson, who's a lawyer in this UK, making comments to make sure I'm safe, I knew that nothing had been done.
The revocation of Tommy Robinson's prison sentence has sparked a debate about the boundaries of free speech and the state's role in regulating it. Critics argue that Robinson's actions, including contempt of court and defamation, overstep legal boundaries designed to protect individuals and the judicial process. The lack of transparency surrounding the decision raises questions about the motivations behind the decision, and the absence of a clear rationale can lead to mistrust and speculation. This incident underscores the delicate balance between maintaining prison security and upholding the rights and emotional health.
In my mind whatsoever, that the king knows exactly who Tommy Robinson is. Prince William will know exactly who he is. And you would think that they would look at one of their subjects. You've only got to look in the passport. His Majesty requires this, that and the other for all of his subjects.
Yeah.
Well, this subject is basically being tortured.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Forget, again, I say this and I mean this, take the name and the person out of the equation.
That's it,
this
Paul.
behaviour.
Call him Mr. A. Call him Mr. A.
Yeah,
stand up in Parliament and say there is a person with a civil conviction in a Category B prison that is being denied access to friends, family, which all the other prisoners are. He's got very limited food. He's in segregation. I mean, what? A person, an individual, forget who it is that right?
Cases like Redmond Bate versus DPP have highlighted the importance of protecting free speech, even if it's offensive or provocative. The legal system recognizes limits when speech infringes on others' rights or disrupts public order. The ongoing debate surrounding Tommy Robinson's case highlights the tension between safeguarding free expression and enforcing laws that maintain societal harmony. Some view his treatment as a necessary measure to uphold the rule of law, while others see it as an overreach that stifles dissent. The term political prisoner refers to someone imprisoned due to their political beliefs or activities. Supporters argue that Robinson's imprisonment stems from his outspoken views on sensitive issues, while critics argue it results from legal violations, such as contempt of court, unrelated to political motives.
If you're in a car and you are reckless with the car and it injures someone, you're responsible for your actions. If you're online, it's an online platform, and you're reckless with your actions, then you should be held responsible for it.
Donald Trump is killing, thousands of Americans by giving them duff advice and his macho, I'm all right.
The UK's legal framework is based on a separation between political leadership and judicial processes, ensuring independent legal proceedings and prison management. The Prime Minister can influence policies, but day-to-day operations and individual inmate treatments are managed by designated authorities. Despite Kier Starmer's oversight of national governance, there is no evidence of direct involvement in Tommy Robinson's imprisonment, maintaining the integrity and impartiality of the UK's legal system.